Okay, sound is all right? Peter, thanks for talking to Aussie Indian.
No worries, thanks for having me.
You have, I saw a statement saying that you want to concentrate on Test cricket. Is that a correct statement?
Yeah, it is. At the moment, it is. We've got a busy 15 months coming up with Test cricket. Obviously, a lot of big series. We got South Africa coming up first, and then Sri Lanka in Australia. Head over to India, and then back-to-back Ashes. So it is a very hectic 15 months, and obviously to stay fit and strong and to be a part of that whole setup is obviously maintaining my body and fitness. So it's I don't want to get any injuries, and I just want to concentrate on Test cricket. I think that's the way forward for me in this short term. And hopefully one day again play one-day cricket. But at the moment, that's my goal.
Mm-hmm. Well, cricket itself has gone through a sea change. In my lifetime, I have seen the one-day cricket being introduced, and now the 2020. Some of the purists say that this is virtually killing the traditional form of the game. What's your opinion?
No, I don't think that's happening at all. I think it just brings a little bit of freshness to cricket in general, into international cricket, club cricket, domestic cricket. It's all there. It's up and about. It's energetic. It's fast. It's fun. It's exciting, and I think it's going to be good for cricket in the sense that it's going to bring more people back into the game. You get new spectators, you get new supporters, from women to young kids to families, and I think that's a bonus, because the more people that get into cricket at a young age and start enjoying cricket, in time they'll turn. They'll think, oh, cricket's a good game. They'll start coming to watch one-day cricket. They'll get on the back of Test cricket as well, and I think it's just going to be a positive for cricket in general.
Mm-hmm. Just looking at the schedule, the Australian team is going to be playing South Africa, West Indies and Sri Lanka this summer, and then you are going on to play India, and then you are off to the Ashes series. The amount of cricket that's being played, do you think that it is time to rotate and rest the body a little bit for the cricketers' sake?
Yeah, I think that's showing. I think that's showing now in players sort of getting rest at different stages and either choosing different formats to play. Ricky Ponting obviously now just plays Test cricket. I'm going to concentrate on Test cricket at this stage for the next few months. But we got a lot of the players and a big group of players that play all forms for Australia now. And I think that throughout the one-day team and the 2020 team, there's a lot of rotations there. There's different players that come in and out depending on conditions and match setup. So I think it's showing now that it is starting to revolve around a little bit of a rotation, where players do come in and come out for certain forms or certain reasons, whether they be rested or just little niggles and stuff. So I think that the change has come a little bit. That players will play different games and rest at certain times. But I think every time that the side's selected, it is going to be the best side possible to win that match.
Mm-hmm. And what about the commercialization of cricket? IPL has come, and it has obviously given the cricketers the money they deserve for over a period of time. And do you think that it has taken away that pride of wearing the national jersey and playing for your country? Is it putting more pressure on the administrators for people to come and play for their country?
No, not at all. Not in Australia. That's all I can speak for, is the Australian people. And speaking to the blokes that do play in the IPL, they love it for the same reasons I spoke about before, about the excitement and the fun and just bringing people back into cricket. And I think that's what the IPL's given us. And I think it shows with all the other 2020 competitions around the world now that every country's got a strong 2020 competition, which is very successful. But I think, in Australia, speaking to those boys, their goal is to come home and play for Australia. Obviously, the IPL gives them a chance to develop their game against other international players and obviously makes friendships with other international players, but they enjoy coming back home, representing their country. And if you speak to blokes like Davey Warner, who was obviously a 2020 dynamo, and who that's what got him into world cricket, that he loves playing, wearing that baggy green, and he loves every chance he gets to play for Australia. And I think that's definitely on every Australian cricketer's mind, is representing their country.
Well, has the time come for players to specialise in one form of cricket, 2020 or one-day or Test cricket?
I think it just depends on the player and obviously and their thoughts and what they want to do with their career. I think if you look at someone like a Shane Watson, he plays all three forms. He does very well in all three as well, and it doesn't look like he's got anything stopping him. So I think it just depends on the player, and I think the amount of talented players in the countries now, especially around Australia. I know that there's plenty of players they can pick from and plenty of players performing. So it's hard to try and be picked for all three forms, let alone just choose one of them. So it's it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard days out in the middle and working at it. But I think if you can play all three forms, you will. And I think if you keep performing at all three forms, you can play at the highest level. But that's the thing. It's you just got to keep being competitive. And I think it is going to be hard. So there's probably only going to be a select few that end up doing that. But it's going to be a good challenge. It's always good to watch.
South Africa obviously has got a tough team. And do you think Australia has the team to win the series against South Africa?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've got a very strong bowling lineup with obviously a few of the experienced blokes throughout that and the younger guys coming through. I think it showed last year with India coming out here with a very strong batting lineup. There was a lot of pressure on us as probably a younger, sort of less experienced bowling lineup to sort of come up against those guys. And I think we showed that just with patience and good consistency and good partnerships between each other that we had that success. And I think it's going to be no different this series. It's another amazing batting lineup coming out to play against us. Yes. And it's going to be just as big as last summer. So I think if we can stick to all that, the batters can obviously withstand their tremendous bowling lineup. It's just going to be an amazing test series. It's one that we're all looking forward to, and I'm very excited about getting amongst it, and just can't wait for it to start.
Peter, all the best for this summer. Thanks for talking to us.
No worries. Cheers. Thanks very much.